So we're going to start by making our fish tacos, which is a Moroccan spiced ahi tuna. And we start with the paunch, and we're going to grill our shells. We're going to sear off our fish, and then we're going to make some guacamole. So what I did is I got a pan on, put a little bit of vegetable oil in there, and we're going to take our seasoned fish. Here, we like to source food locally. We believe in supporting small business because that's what we are. So every week on Saturdays there's a farmer's market that's right across the street from the Settlers Inn. They have a farmer's market that goes on, and a lot of the farmers that attend that are people that we buy from. It's almost like a restaurant style CSA. It's kind of cool, you know? Alright, so we're going to let our fish rest for a minute. Not that we really need to because it's rare, but we're going to. And what we're going to do is we're going to build our guacamole. So we're going to start with the base of a guacamole, which is avocado. And we're going to slice around our avocado right around the pit. Mash it like you would potatoes. Then we're going to add some other ingredients to it to give it some flavor. The first ingredient we're going to add to it is some herbs, which we've cut fresh. In this case, I'm using a mix of parsley, cilantro, and green onions. Some lime juice, which we're going to squeeze from fresh. And what I'm doing is I'm rolling the lime, because what that does is that tenderizes a little bit and allows more juice to come out. You can actually see the juice on the cutting board. This is about 3 avocados worth of avocado, so I'm using a whole lime. I like citrus. I think it freshens up the whole dish. After our lime juice, we're going to go in with some cold pressed olive oil. Nice thing about cold pressed is it's a little bit fruitier, it's not as bitter. And we're going to hit it with our house-made pico de gallo. So there is a grain to the fish, and if you looked at it before I seared it, you'd be able to see it more clearly. Unfortunately, because it's seared, you can't really see the grain. So we're going to slice it across the grain, like so. This way it's not chewy, and it falls apart in your mouth. You can see that perfect medium rare. Rare, if you will. And then we're going to hit it with our spicy pow pow. It's an Asian and Spanish style mayo that we serve with a lot of our food. This is a very traditional Spanish tapas dish you could find all over Spain. We amped it up a little bit. We started by blanching our potatoes with sherry vinegar and salt, so it almost has like a salt and vinegar fry type of flavor to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bake it in the oven until it's golden brown. So the base for this is half and half for heavy cream, a little bit of cream cheese, and our queso fresco, which is a fresh Spanish cheese. We're going to add a little bit more in there to thicken it up. And it's going to get nice and rich. We're going to add some pepper to it, a little tiny bit of salt, because this cheese is salty as it is. You don't really need a whole lot. And this is going to really liven up those potatoes. I'd say one of the unique aspects of glass is not only the beautiful atmosphere, the absolutely gorgeous falls that you could sit on the deck and eat in the summertime. The ambiance is really nice. Our servers are well in tune with our menu. They know all aspects of the food, the local crafted beers, the wine that we have here, and then the food. I think the food is really unique. It's something different from this area that you don't usually see. We carry a whole plethora of cheeses and meats for charcuterie boards, and our menu has really a Spanish tapas and a little bit of an Asian inspiration to it. So it's kind of unique. I don't really find a lot of restaurants cooking like that. So one of the things we try and be here at Glass is innovative and creative. We're constantly finding new ways to make new menus, incorporate different techniques into our food. The Patatas Bravis are a very traditional Spanish dish, and we kind of vamped it up with new ingredients and brought it to the table in a way that nobody really has before. So we like to take a lot of old school recipes and revamp them with modern twists and innovation. I think anytime a customer comes in here from year one till now, they've gotten to try a multitude of different things, and it's always fresh and new and happening. So we are going to work on a dish called the Cubano, which is a play on shrimp and grits. It's done with a Spanish twist. I grew up in a Spanish household, so when I was growing up as a young kid, I was eating a lot of foods that most people weren't familiar with. And this is something that's very similar to what my grandmother used to make. There's a couple key ingredients to this dish. This is a tomato sauce. with hot sauce. We actually use Frank's Red Hot, and we blend it with some tomatoes. And it adds a nice little kick, a nice fresh tomato flavor to it. Lemon will cut down on the spice a little bit. It'll also freshen up the sauce, make it a little bit brighter to the palate. We just want to watch out we don't get any seeds in there. Alright. We're going to finish with some cold pressed olive oil. Bring up the richness. And that is our shrimp and grits. You can see the run of the grain goes across like this, so we're going to slice it across its grain, keep it nice and tender. So if you overcook a hanger steak, which is a steak that's filled with connective tissue, it'll get really tough really fast. We don't want to do that. Lime to put on the plate, because if they choose to add more citrus to it, they can. We're going to finish the steak with a little bit of cold pressed olive oil. And a little bit of salt.